It is Thursday, June 16th, and we are here to review, what is this, episode 7 of the Challenge All-Stars 3. It's getting really good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No, honestly, you mocking me?
I'm not mocking at all.
I feel mocked. Let's get into it. This is jury duty. All right. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by the, I didn't think about this first. I'm joined by John Dunphy and Gina Mortino. And this is Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. But tonight, we're talking about the Challenge All-Stars 3. And no shortage of things to talk about on tonight. Yikes. Where do we start? Sorry, I got a text. That's not what I want me to.
Don't they know you're busy?
Yeah, well, apparently not. They must not be watching the stream.
The nerve.
Whatever. So this week, how do we kick this sucker off? I have a lot of comments about things that happen later. I don't remember how this thing started.
I know. I the main thought in my brain right now is that I'm still just continue to be annoyed by the treehouse. I'm dying to know about these damn stars.
I know. We still know nothing about these stars, right? And I have no use for the treehouse. I haven't liked the treehouse since the beginning.
Yeah.
I honestly worse than any alliance I've seen on anything.
I just don't get it. Even tonight, Veronica being fuck off, Kellyanne. Why are they so angry?
Why do they hate her so much? I don't understand.
I don't know. And it kind of concerns me because I'm a Kellyanne stan. So should I be worried? Am I gonna get canceled postseason?
It's really like a Shelby situation. What are we not seeing?
Right. What don't I get? But nobody had anything bad to say about Shelby except that they didn't like her. And I guess they just don't like Kellyanne. I don't think the problem is. I've always liked her.
I don't get it. I don't think Kellyanne's done anything to anybody.
She's just on the outside of the alliance. Yeah.
Right. And it's so weird to hear Veronica say something like that to Kellyanne for putting this, the sabotage in her. Because of course, if Veronica had the sabotage, she's going to put it on Kellyanne.
Right. Well, since we're starting with sabotages, obviously, yes. Kellyanne put the sabotage on Veronica, which I thought acceptable, made good sense. I would have rather. Why is nobody going after Kayla?
Yeah, I don't get that, man. I don't.
As if everybody's scared of her. Scared of Kayla.
I don't understand.
Little Miss accomplishing nothing, Kayla. Kayla sucks. Okay,
she does.
Sucks. Now she's on Challenge 38, right? I can't wait to rip her up when we get to that. I wish she was on Challenge USA so we can rip her up sooner. But fine. Any users. So Kellyanne puts a sabotage on Veronica, and Brad puts a sabotage on himself.
What? What was that?
I get it.
I do get it too. We don't know what's happening with these stars. We don't know what's happening with anything. We don't really want any more bad blood out there. Brad plays a very self-preservation type of game. And he had already burned MJ on multiple occasions. So that's why he just felt, I'm just gonna keep burning them because why start more fires? So at this stage where this is the last sabotage and this is the challenge that you don't usually do well in anyway.
Right. I felt like on those two fronts, I completely agree with you because
we sold Gina.
I completely.
It's just boring. I was like, what is that?
Boo.
It's good gameplay though. It's good gameplay.
Yes, it was boring to watch. I do agree with that. It was boring.
The one enemy that you had in the house is gone. So don't make a new one.
I guess.
Plus, as we saw by his answer of Lance Armstrong being the first person to walk on the moon, clearly this was the one to sabotage yourself in. So yeah, go for it, man.
Listen, I don't know who was the first one to walk on the moon. Was it Neil Armstrong? Is it Neil?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was I don't really know for sure, but I know who it wasn't. Exactly.
Listen, I'm gonna be so honest. I heard that question and I was like, shit, I know it's N Armstrong. What if I don't know the right one? Oh no, I'm gonna look like an idiot. I was like, I'm stressed for the same reason. I feel you.
Listen, I knew it wasn't Lance. That I did know. All right, because Lance has lived strong.
That's right.
Live strong.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, not good. Really not good. But and it kind of made sense for me. If this was earlier in the season, I would have said I don't understand that move. But
yeah,
I think at this stage it made sense, especially because we don't know what this final looks like either. And sometimes you can benefit from somebody just showing you a little bit of good favor. Then maybe you can find somebody along the way. These checkpoints, be a good Samaritan, and the only way to keep that good juju's going. Is to self-sabotage. So this was trivia.
Yeah.
If you get the question right, you get to put a strike on somebody else. If you get the question wrong, well, you take the strike for yourself. 3 strikes, you're out. Quite literally, right into the drink.
I'm so happy to see trivia back. I always love seeing trivia.
Do you?
Yeah, I just think it's fun. People getting thrown and just slingshot into
I get
water.
I get the feeling Kyle does not share that sentiment.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you're correct.
That's why I like to say it like that. Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Sure.
No, I don't have a problem with trivia. I don't have a problem with trivia. This is where, because every host that we have on all of our shows, there's something I don't like.
Yes. Yeah.
False. Actually, it's not true. I think Arissa Cox.
Oh yeah.
It's the personification of perfection. Okay.
She
nails it.
She
nails it every time.
I support that.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah. The only time I think she looks a little wonky is sometimes when she's talking to the camera. Even though it's wonky, I still appreciate it because I feel like it's the fan in her. But if you ever notice when she's talking to the camera and she's live, this is on past seasons because we don't have an audience now. But when she's really excited, and she's talking, she likes to lean in a lot. And then the camera, this is actually not Arissa's fault. This is more production's fault because they'll give her this unflattering angle, from the side. And you can tell how much she's leaning in. And it's oh, you look ridiculous. And it's I wouldn't have known that if you didn't give me that view.
Yeah.
But I think you're leaning in because you're so fucking pumped.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That would be my only criticism of Arissa. Otherwise. So anyway, we digress. It's TJ and that contrived laugh.
You don't buy the laugh?
I don't buy the laugh. It feels like TJ is so serious. We need a moment in this season where he's not. Something for us, challenge heads to look forward to. And it's oh, it's trivia. He loves trivia. He's very funny, very jovial TJ. But I just don't think it's him. I think he's tickled by it, but not to the extent that he shows.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like he's coached to, really, really laugh. And it just looks very forced. And I don't need that from you, TJ. I like you because you take it very serious.
Yeah.
But just stop with the tomfoolery. So that's why I don't like trivia. Because
I liked hearing one of the house guests, as they were walking up, was oh, it's trivia. You can tell by TJ's face.
Yes.
You
know what else I liked about that?
What's
that?
That
You referred to them as house guests.
I know. As I was saying it, I was wait a minute. It's not this show.
Yeah. Completely missed it.
Yeah, I was tickled. I actually found a lot of this challenge to be annoying. I thought Derrick's behavior was so annoying. The yelling, just constantly adjusting the volume on my iPad. I just found that very irritating. But I want to have a conversation around Veronica.
Okay.
Queen V. I gotta say, I stand. I haven't always loved Veronica. Okay. For no reason particularly. She just wasn't one of my faves. She never really bothered me. It just not a fave. But let me tell you something. She done told MTV, I ain't coming back until you recognize my worth, right? You ain't paying me enough. I ain't coming. Now she's back. She gets sabotaged and she wins.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
You better remember this name, Veronica. I'm here for it. Yeah.
You know, it was funny to me when she won though. Like happy for her, great, good job. But like, it was just funny because right after the win, she's like, "I'm ready to shake things up. I'm ready to rock the boat. I got my eyes on you, Kellyanne." And I was like, "That's what you've been going for the whole time."
Exactly.
There's nothing interesting about that.
Exactly.
How is
My
that
boat
rocking
is
the
not
boat?
rocked.
That's kind of what we all knew you were gonna do.
Mhm.
But you know,
At least she had conversations with everyone as if she was giving something some thought.
yeah,
It did give us a moment where I was like, "Ooh, maybe."
yeah.
But
Derrick has just been on a whole other level of like amped up lately. Like he just won't stop screaming.
no, wait a minute. You just said that Veronica came after Kellyanne?
No, well, I'm just saying that when she won, she was like, "I want to rock the boat. I got my eye on you, Kellyanne." That's what she said. Like the way she framed it, and I was like, "That's what we're expecting you to do. That's not rocking the boat." You know what I mean? Like,
Well, she probably just wanted to piss Kellyanne off a little bit because she did sabotage her. Like, she got to talk some smack.
Sure.
She's Queen V.
Sure. I just thought that whole thing was funny because I was like, "That's who you've been going after the whole game." Like saying that you got your eye on her isn't rocking any boats. Like,
you should keep your eye on her because she hates you. But like, you didn't actually do anything about it. Yeah.
yeah.
I guess that's that on that. That was pretty straightforward. Oh, stop. I had a note. And it was about Ronnie. In this trivia situation where we had Veronica could have chosen who to put a strike on. And she chose to eliminate Ronnie over Kayla. And that told us some things. I guess it doesn't really matter what it told us with the way that this whole thing ended. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter. But I guess then who cares about this conversation point, right? She's gone. So never mind my silly note.
I so excited to bring it up too.
I do still think it's interesting though, because it was something that I thought about too. Like, because I that whole conversation between Ronnie and Kellyanne earlier in the episode, and Kellyanne trying to sort of like make some progress with her, and she was like, "I don't want to go against the treehouse. I can't go against the treehouse." And then like you cut to the challenge, and it's like, treehouse is just throwing you in the water. Sorry, Ronnie. Like maybe you should take Kellyanne's deal. Like,
right.
So that I did find that part interesting. I did.
I don't know that it would have mattered though in terms of that though. Like take Veronica's deal. I mean, like there wasn't really. I mean, take Kellyanne's deal rather. Like there wasn't really a deal to take. Kellyanne had no power at that point.
Oh, sure.
I just feel bad. Go ahead.
I feel like it's clear. Like Ronnie's at the bottom of this. Like, you have JONNA in there. You have Kellyanne. You have Naya. It's like the treehouse has been getting smaller. Whether it was through an injury, right? Who went home because of injury? Well, we saw Sylvia go home in an elimination. Somebody else from the treehouse went home also because of like an injury. So they've been shrinking a little bit. Like there's enough people in there to like get a little group together to go against the treehouse, and everybody's just kind of not doing it.
I don't really get it, and I think that Ronnie got a really bad edit. Like,
yeah.
And I would have liked to see more of her. I thought that we weren't seeing a lot of her in the beginning of this season because I thought things were going to ramp up by the time we got to the end here, and not the case.
Yeah.
So anyway, Veronica and Derrick have a chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't remember exactly what was said in there, but I do remember I felt that Veronica and Derrick were really giving a lot of their information to each other. Like as far as like who they really, really were dead set on protecting. Like they just sat down and just kind of like sold their game. So
I think part of that could be because Derrick is kind of in the treehouse. He's in their room with them. So like even if we don't necessarily think of it as part of that. Yeah.
That was going to be my question though. So I was like, I feel as if did I miss something? Like, are they working together a little bit more closely than I think? Because like they just seem to be very free with discussing. Because that to compare and contrast, that was a very different conversation than what we saw from Kellyanne and Brad last week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They were just like, oh well, I mean, if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Don't get in my way, right? And this was like, I'm just telling you all my business, and I was like, ooh, should this be going on?
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. Derrick is kind of like the one male that does have access to the treehouse. Yeah, the girls only club will allow him up the ladder. Thank you for picturing my physical treehouse. Thank you.
Yes.
There's girls only in parentheses,
Uh-huh.
except Derrick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. So they select JONNA and JORDAN.
Yeah. Veronica actually did rock the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it made sense to put JONNA in. It makes sense to put JORDAN in. It's just, I like JORDAN.
Yeah.
I like his disability. And I like it because I love how he just knows his capabilities so well. I just never seen a competitor like him before. Like he's always presented with these problems that always is like centered around like this hand issue. And like, he's like, all right, well, whatever. I have a way to work around this. And like, he does it. I thought he was going to be screwed in this elimination.
Yeah.
It was really
amazing.
close.
Yeah, like it really, really was. It was, but I'm rushing. So JONNA and JORDAN select RONI and Mark to go in.
I liked Jonna's reasoning for picking RONI. Like, this is the person that's like the biggest threat to me, so I'm gonna try to take her out. Like she wasn't like shying away from who she thought was her her biggest competition, I guess, or whatever. But like, it's like a gamer attitude. I like that.
On what grounds? Why does JONNA think that RONI is the biggest threat?
Well, I think a lot of people in the house see RONI as a really like strong competitor, and even though we haven't really seen her win anything on this season,
she hasn't won anything. She has not made a dent politically. I think that JONNA just said that to make it it looks like she's not being like a punk.
Yeah.
But like, you really want to go after somebody who's really going after you? Then like, what's up, Kayla? Why is everyone scared of her? Like, RONI is not the one making moves. Like, RONI is just there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really think that was the biggest threat.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I was praying that she was going to pick Kayla. I really was, but
I know I want Kayla out so bad. I can't stand her.
She's the worst.
She's the worst. She accomplishes nothing, but everyone protects her. Like, I don't get it.
Well, isn't it like, do you not like her because she skates by, or do you not like her for like a specific reason?
She's a jerk.
Yeah, she sucks. Like, ever since she threw Kaylee's mattress off the thing, like with Jemmy. Like, I've just been done with her.
Oh, I do remember you talking about that.
Yes, like that. It was just such a disgusting thing. And like, and I was never a big fan of Jemmy to begin with. We want to say that we like her so much because she had that relationship with, oh gosh, I can picture his face. What is his name? The one that passed away.
Oh.
What was his name? I can picture his face. But because she had that relationship with him, and that ended in such obviously a very sad way, that now all of a sudden everybody acts like they love Jemmy, but Jemmy was never really, like, at least in my eyes, like, she was never all that. It was just that it was so sad, like her situation. I know you're looking up the name, John, and I so badly want what?
Ryan, was it Ryan? Ryan
No,
Knight?
Ryan's gay. No.
Is it Danny?
The funny thing is that, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like when I hear it,
you just know what it's not.
Yes, exactly. And I just feel like I would know once I hear it. Now I have to look it up.
Wait, it wasn't Ryan Knight?
Oh. It is Ryan Knight, but that's not what they called him. They called him Knight on the show. That's why I don't remember. That's what it was. And he was actually not one of my favorite people either, because he actually wasn't like very nice. Like in his later seasons, he was, but he started off like pretty rough. Like just not a very friendly person. Like, well, not friendly in the spirit of the game anyway. Just like Bananas in the very beginning, you know, because the challenge was so built on honor. That's not how Knight played, and that's not how Bananas played. You know, so it was like, that's not allowed, that's not allowed. But now once we have this heightened knowledge of how this game can also be played, that's outside of competition. I think that if people went back, myself included, I think that I might appreciate it a little bit more. That same appreciation that I came to with Bananas, because I hated Bananas for years. For the same reason I
would
hated
never
Wes.
expect that because of the way that you talk about him. Like
I know.
never
Yeah, I was not a big
liked
Bananas fan. No, I was not a big no. Because I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, you're such a dick. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Like you're playing this game differently. And if I had known about things like Survivor and Big Brother, about like just how you wear on someone mentally. If I understood what that was, it's like,
the
no, that counts
manipulation piece,
Yes, that counts for something. But that's not what the challenge was when it started. You were not supposed to act like that. That's, you know, bad sportsmanship, they said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now you own Johnny Bananas merchandise.
Yeah, I have multiple Johnny Bananas face masks. I have mugs. I have a lot of different things. Yeah. You can't go by me. I'm very fickle.
I miss Bananas.
He's supposed to be on 38. I've read that multiple times. And I will say that his social media has been quiet. Because, you know, Bananas is good for his thirst trap photos that we stand. But they have been quiet. They've been very quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope it's true. I hope it's true. But first, I know you like when I throw that in. You like that. We had this elimination that we played this week, right? What was it?
This was pull your own weight.
Tell me things.
It was like the bag with the puzzle pieces on the top of the thing.
Yeah, it looked really cool. But it was like a very...
I know what it is. I just don't want to be the one to talk the whole time.
It was. So we had
sports.
We had those two massive towers, right? Those big towers. It looked like a cool setup. And then you had to pull this rope to get your weighted bag to go up and knock the puzzle pieces off of the top of the platform. Oh yeah. And then the puzzle pieces would come down, and then you put those, you know, got those puzzle pieces. You had to go to your different side, and whoever put the puzzle together faster was the winner.
Which is where I thought Jordan was going to have a really, really hard time, you know, because we are sans hand. But no, he just wrapped it around that arm and just continued pulling. He definitely was not moving at the speed that Mark was. But
he's such a beast.
Come on.
Who's
such a beast?
Jordan.
Oh, okay.
And, like it's so.
Kyle was about to throw hands.
Yeah. It's just
to clear this desk.
It's so funny because, like, you know how I used to feel about Jordan. Like, I know we've talked about it. I used to hate him, and now like he's become one of my favorites. And I know he can be kind of like an agitator and like
he's an asshole. He's an asshole.
But like, I have just such a different opinion of him now. Like, I really like Jordan.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's a king in his own right. Yeah. Does anyone else feel that the Jordan and Nia thing was like also very contrived?
It was a little strange to me. It was a little strange. I wasn't expecting it. I definitely feel like it was played up a little bit, maybe.
It was played up so much, especially with this one, you know, because Jordan didn't exit. I just felt like they were really laying it on thick. Like, we are friends. I want you to know that we love each other now. I know we had a rough go. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't totally buy all this. I bought it in the beginning, but because this is how we're going out, yikes.
Oh God.
But yeah, so we lost Jordan. We lost Jordan this week. and Ronnie left, and I wish I could say that was sadder, but we didn't know
That
her.
one happened so fast.
Yeah,
Really
Johnny
good.
killed it.
I literally, like, I looked down to read something on my phone, and I looked back up, and I hadn't even seen the puzzle, and it was over. I was like, I don't even know what this puzzle looks like. I missed the whole thing because I read text message.
Jonna has always been fantastic at puzzles. Like that's always been her thing. That was the only reason Zach would stop yelling at her, like in previous seasons, was because of her ability on puzzles. Like, I'll give her that.
He was so
I still
mean to
thought
her.
Jordan could have pulled this one out, though.
It looked really close.
It did.
I thought he was going to have it for a second. I honestly.
Just the way that they edited it too, like they were talking about his disability, then they put all this like inspirational music behind it, and I was like, oh, he's gonna take it, even though he's like the underdog, and then he didn't, and I was like, well, what? Why'd you edit it that way?
Well, when I realized he wasn't gonna get it, I kind of realized when they were playing that music, under Mark, was it Celine Dion or something, like Coming Back to Me or something like that?
Yes,
and I was
right.
like, I'm like, that's how I know Mark is going back, because like they really want to sell this Mark and Derrick love affair thing. And I was like, oh no. As soon as I heard the music and I understood what was going on, I'm like, no.
Well, it was also like the little like confessional things too, because like there was one, I can't remember who it was that said it, but somebody was like, I'm not even paying attention to what Mark's doing because I don't even care. I'm so invested in like Jordan getting back in. And I was like, oh, because like no one's paying attention, he's gonna like sneak in and like whatever. Like just the way that they like put those in, I was like, okay.
Right. And with this, we do have to have a separate conversation. This does mean that my winner picks took a hit. Okay, I'm the first one to take an L on winner picks. Okay, I said Jordan would win. No. Okay, God. Kellyanne is still in the running. Okay, so don't even try it. I still have Kellyanne. She might make it, and she can't be sad.
Not if everybody else has anything to say about it.
No, she can't. I know. I'm not like arguing with no one. But Kellyanne cannot be sabotaged, so we still have some hope. So that I can come out of this season a winner.
I got to tell you too, like for Kellyanne, like a couple weeks ago, I thought she was like dead in the water, and then she wins the challenge. You know, you get Sylvia out of there.
That raised puzzle.
Yeah, that was
because
huge.
of Ronnie's peace flooring.
Yeah, and in that time where I thought that Kellyanne was like on her way out the door, 2 members of the treehouse have left. It's like each week her odds are getting better, almost. You know, like it's.
Yes, they are.
I'm really enjoying watching Kellyanne this season.
That's
She's got
right.
her back. She had her back against the wall the whole time, and she's really been kicking ass. I'm really proud of her.
We love a good underdog story.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's my girl. That's my girl. Get your corn ready for popping, because she is gonna take it all. And I watch. She's gonna be gone next week. No. No, she's taking it. I can't wait to eat these words. John, however, said Wes and John A. John A. crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was nervous about this tonight. I was like, oh man, one of my picks is in there
too. I really, and I also thought it would be like really funny because like MJ went out last week, and now to lose John A this week would just be like, just sweep the winners right out.
Yeah,
I done told y'all you didn't deserve to win. Out of here. So like good for John A, because she has not had a good track record of eliminations. You know, over her career in the challenge. So good for her. Really proud of her. She has really stepped into her own, and that really does speak to just like an individual's morale. You know, because Zach really beat down on her all the time.
He was so
the
mean
entire
to her.
time they were together. He was really mean to her. And now look at her. Little encouragement, and she thrives. All right.
She's a champ. She's a champ, and he's not even in the house anymore. Like we haven't seen him in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Whoever would have believed that way back when people would be looking at John A as a threat, and this bitch sent someone home.
Yeah.
It's a new era for John A. Let's go. Yeah, it's really great. It's really, really great. I don't know what to look forward to next week. We still don't know anything about these stars.
Yeah. I wrote a couple of things down for the next on.
How did you? Tell us about it.
Wes said it looked like he was talking. Well, we definitely saw Brad in there. I'm assuming that like Derrick and Mark were somewhere around too, but Wes kind of was like, I'm gonna fuck you guys up. Like that was like they had Wes saying that, and then it like cut to Brad just being like and then they also showed Naya really, really struggling. Like it seemed like she was having a very hard time now that Jordan is gone. And I'm sure that the edit has been played up because you wouldn't just give something away like this at the end of the episode.
He hates
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
I
hate
know,
it.
I know.
I don't know how to function without Jordan. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I think she might have actually said those exact words.
Yeah.
But the way they were editing it looked like she was gonna like drop out of the show or something.
Bye.
But I'm sure that's
We
not
didn't
what's
ask
actually
you
gonna
back.
happen.
You listen. You are not welcome with open arms. At least not from this corner. Goodbye, Naya. Go on. If you're gonna do it before the final. Don't fuck up my final. All right. So if you're gonna go, get out of here. Just go now. Go now.
By the way, I was so like I know we're getting down to the wire, but like that when the people that lost the elimination were walking out. And you could just see that whole top level where the rest of the challengers were standing. It looked so empty. And I was like, 2 weeks ago, it was full. Like, oh, God. It's gone so
It's
fast.
fun sending home 2 people a week.
Yeah, really is.
Yeah, we stand. Yeah.
Why? Can I ask you something real quick? So,
Sure.
Why does everybody call Mark the Godfather?
Mark is called the Godfather because the Challenge All-Stars exists because of him.
Okay. So he became the Godfather.
Yes, it was his social media campaign, and he pushed with I don't know how to say it. Is it Boonim Murray, that production company behind the challenge, and Road Rules and Real World. It was him that led the charge for All Stars to exist. He originally had presented as like an OGs. That's what he wanted to call it. They went with All Stars, and that is why.
Okay, I was just wondering because I'm like this. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was curious because I'm like there's other people in this game that are way more decorated with their.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the reason why they are all gathered there on that day is because of Mark. Yeah, he does deserve it.
I forgot about that speech too until you said that. I was like, Hercules was not a god, and I'm whatever. I was like, what am I listening to right now? I was like, y'all know these people better than me, but I was like, what is happening? Like, what are you talking about?
Awful. Because I don't know what any of that was. Like, so annoying. So annoying. I've never
ended too. Like, he just kept going, and even the faces and the people that were there were like, what is he talking about?
Awful.
Like, why are we talking about Greek mythology?
What is going
Can we just do the competition?
Can we just
y'all know him better than I do? I was like, is he always this dramatic? What is happening?
Yeah.
I don't remember him always being that way, but like, yikes.
I have a theory, by the way.
I don't like Derrick anymore.
Yeah, he's wild. He's too much this season.
He's too much. And all of a sudden Nehemiah is like not, which fine.
Yeah.
But
I have a theory about the stars. Tell me if you think it's dumb. I'm wondering if the reason we haven't heard about the stars yet is because it's something that we're not going to hear about until we reach the final, and whoever has the most stars will get like an advantage. Maybe you get like a head start or something, and then if you have the second most stars, you get to go like 10 minutes after the first people, and then the third most. You know what I mean? Like they go after that. Like, do you think it could have something to do with like the start time in the final or some kind of advantage you get in the final? Because I feel like we're down to 10 people. Like, we haven't heard anything about this yet. And I'm just trying to think of ways it could be incorporated into the final. And I feel like if you have the most when you get there, maybe it's just you get some kind of advantage to start off.
Right. It's at this point, I'm starting to believe it has to be something final related. Because you already said there's no more sabotages left, right?
Right.
There's only 10 left. All Stars has typically gone to a final with 6 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then just whittle people off as they go along. Their finals are kind of like done. They've been in stages and kind of like marathon type of things, and we just lose people along the way. So to go into a final with 8 is not unheard of for this, but so maybe the stars will give us an edge.
Yeah.
I would also like not. Listen, you know I love the challenge. But I would also not be totally surprised if like nothing ever came of it.
Like, we
One of
just
you
never
said
heard
that
about it
last
again.
week.
Yeah, it's just like a nothing. Like never mind. Like we're just not
Funsies.
doing it. Just nobody talks about it again. Like I can totally see it.
Like the finale, TJ's like, "Oh wait, we forgot to do that star thing."
No, he would not even that. Just never acknowledge
Never
again.
mention it again.
Never mention it again. You guys are in the final. They'll celebrate and they'll go back to the house like, yo, what about these stars? And we just never see that. It's just edited out. And then like that's just it. Like I don't put it past him.
Yeah.
Challenge is wild. He's gonna be like the next High Rollers room.
Oh
Oh
god.
god. Oh god.
Look at you guys, the PTSD. Stop. It gave us like
So
really, really fun
bad.
things.
The
If I've ever made you smile
destiny,
ever
destiny.
at all, text the name Tiffany to
979.
979. I actually think that was for AFP. I don't even think that was for
Yeah.
but
No,
still
I think
fun
it was
to say.
both actually. I
It's
think it
very
was
possible.
both.
It's very possible.
No.
Yeah. Mhm. But that's all I got on the challenge.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot going on, but it just felt like it was very, very straightforward episode tonight. I felt like we didn't see a lot of like, right? Like there wasn't a lot of drama like between the house guests, like when they go out to the club or something, and there's like, you know, intense like that night that Beth is saying, "Oh yeah, Johnny's cheating on her husband with MJ." Like, you know, like there was no moments like that in this episode. It was like we got the challenge, they all went home, time for elimination.
No, and I think that's also because it's been just a very straightforward alliance. Like they really have been very, very transparent about how they're acting and like everything that they're doing. Like so now that we're down to these few numbers, like it really is just there's not much to discuss. You know where I stand, I know where you stand, and I'm just acting within those parameters. Like there isn't any drama to be had. We had it already. All that drama that was good was between the people that were not in the treehouse. Those people are gone.
Right. Right.
So, so no, yeah, very straightforward.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That is all I got. There's not much to say when there's no drama.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that next week we find out that we're heading to a final. That's what I'm hoping for.
And at least just make an announcement around the stars so we have more to talk about next week. Yeah, at least an announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're out of here. This has been Jury Duty. It's been a hoot and a half. What else do we have to say? Find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty. You can find us on the interwebs, bbjuryduty.com. I like interwebs. Don't do that, Gina. She made a face.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Your face did. Thanks so much for hanging out. We're out of here. Thank you.